Right, so in today's video we're going to take a closer look at the Insta360 X5's photo mode. And just before I get into the video, let's have a look at the X5's interface. Let's locate that photo mode and see what options we've got there. Okay, so to find photo mode on the X5, you'll just hit the icon in the bottom left. And then we'll scroll across until we find photo. And now you can either choose the 360 lens or the single lens. And they'll give you both different options. So first of all, you're just going to hit the photo there. So if you just hit the tab at the bottom, that's going to bring some options up for you there. So in the top left, you can enable HDR on or off there. And we also can have AEB. This is suitable for taking photos with high dynamic range as it reduces the DNG file. Longer shooting time, best used when stationary. So in today's video with photo mode, we're going to be leaving the HDR on because it's a really bright sunny day. And then you can have the format there. We can have Pure Shot or Pure Shot and RAW. So Pure Shot saves with optimized processing such as noise reduction and compresses the footage. And then while we're on the 360 lens, we can have the lowest resolution is 18 megapixels and the highest one there is a whopping 72 megapixels. And then we can have it as a time shot at the bottom, and that's going to vary from 3 seconds all the way through to 15 seconds. So that was all the options with the 360 lens, and then you can scroll across to where it says single lens. Once again, let's find photo. And now you'll see that we have some different settings. We've got the ratio again, 16.9, 9.16 or 1:1. And then just across from the ratio, we've got the format. And once again, we've got Pure Shot and Pure Shot RAW. But now with the single lens option, as you can see, we've got reduced resolution there. So the lowest we can go is 9 megapixels. And the highest we get here is 36 megapixels. So that's why in today's testing, I'm going to be highlighting that 360 lens because we're going to get more options up to a whopping 72 megapixels. Now let's get back to the video. Here we go. So although I've highlighted the 360 lens today, I'm just going to be picking some subjects, and wherever I point that camera, I'll be taking a picture of. I'm not going to be utilising both dual lenses there because I've done plenty of tutorial videos out of frame shots. And that video will be way too long if I'm going around taking pictures, comparing each one inside the Insta360 studio. So like I said, we're just going to be finding subjects, taking pictures as though it's just a point and shoot camera. The reason I've chose that 360 lens is because we've got that higher value of 72 megapixels versus the 18 megapixels. And then on the single lens mode, as you've just seen, we only get 36 megapixels and the 9 megapixels. So today I really want to test out the clarity of the photo mode, so that's why I've chose that 360 lens, because we've got that higher value of 72 megapixels. So now I'm going to go around the town, find some subjects to take pictures of, split that screen. One side will be 72 megapixels, the other's going to be 18, and let's see and let's hope that we get some differences there. Here we go. Right, we'll start the video off with the 18 megapixels versus that 72 megapixels on a wide panoramic shot, and then we'll crop in to see the differences there. Here we go. And now on this image, the church behind me, just pay close attention when I crop in side by side on the brickwork detail there. Right, so because I've been taking pictures of that church there, I've then walking through a graveyard. I know it's a bit morbid, but it's a great test for that side-by-side comparison with that 72 versus that 18. Now I'm going to crop in on that gravestone where I'm pointing just right now, and that's approximately 10 meters away. So let's see the difference in that 72 megapixels versus that 18. Here we go. So did we see much differences in that wording on that gravestone when I split that screen? I should really hope so, with that over 50 megapixel differences there. And now I've got this large pub behind me. I'm going to stand approximately 20 meters away and again split the screen and let's compare differences, especially when I zoom in to the detail there. Here we go. So I don't know if you can see that sign over there. It says Croft Vets and I'm at least 45 meters away. Very precise, isn't it? 45 or 50, even better. So again, split the screen. Let's see some differences when I crop in. Here we go. So this should be an interesting one. As you can see, we've got a lot of shaded areas and light areas. So once again, let's compare that 72 megapixels versus that 18 megapixels. And when I crop in, just keep your eye on the shaded areas. Here we go. So that's Balls Over Castle, just sitting on the hilltop there. I'm around 200 meters away. So once again, let's crop in and compare the megapixel differences. Here we go. Okay, so that castle you saw earlier, I've now come inside the grounds, and in here we're going to have plenty of detail to compare those both megapixels. So let's go around taking some shots inside here. Here we go. Right, I'm on the wall walk here at Balls Over Castle, and at the end of the wall walk we've got a very large panoramic view, as you can see, and that sun is well behind the camera lens. So once again, let's compare that 72 megapixels to the 18. We'll find a subject and we'll crop in, and let's really hope we see some differences there when I zoom in right in the distance. Here we go. So if you could just see that white stripe in the sky, this is going to be a really long range zoom, because we're going to see if we can zoom in to see the passengers in that plane. Here we go. As if that's even going to happen. Let's move on to the next one. And now I'm going to go inside of the castle and just choose a couple of rooms there, and then again do the usual. Here we go. And now I'm in a shaded area and approximately 10 meters away from that very old oak door. So once again, let's compare the 72 megapixels to that 18 megapixels. Here we go. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and now that you've seen the photography side to the X5, is it any good for taking pictures? And as you've seen there, we've got that 72 megapixels with that split screen versus the 18 megapixels. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the reason I've done that is because I want to utilize all the megapixels. Now, you only get a maximum of 36 megapixels in the single lens mode. That means you're filming out of just one of the lenses. But when you highlight the camera mode in the 360 option, it's 72 megapixels for a reason, because we're going to get 360 degrees of vision there when we're zooming in. And I've also given the X5 a fair comparison on the subjects that I've been choosing to take pictures of today, as they've been several meters away, or really far, a few miles away, with those panoramic shots in the distance. So I'm really hoping that we see some massive differences there with that 72 versus that 18 on the split screen whilst cropping in, because we've got over 50 megapixels difference there. And all the pictures that you've seen today with the X5 have all been shot straight out of camera in automatic mode, because I really want you to see what it looks like straight out of camera. So as always, do stay tuned to the channel, as there's going to be plenty more videos on the horizon, especially with testing out this newly released X5, all its accessories and all the options and modes which it comes with. But for now, thanks for watching, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and bye for now.